Hey, Tom, this Walgreens behind me is where the driver came to buy beer, but the side of this building near that brown fence is where he was arrested. What about all the elbows? Are you afraid of some of the elbows or any of that stuff? Well, I'm going to go back home now in Appleton and go to bed. Shelly, back to you in that warm studio. I'm going to get in my warm bed. See you later. The bicyclists have come and gone here at the O'Connell Funeral Home in Little Shoe, all 30 or so of them, and listen to the welcome that they received when they got here. The doorbuster sales here at the Foxborough Mall are done, but if you look behind me, there are still thousands of people here, and 107 people were displaced by the fire that happened right behind me. I'm going to get my photographer, John, to pan down. This parking lot was all black. It was a blacktop this morning. Now look at it. It's covered in white snow. Jen, it was the quick thinking of some neighbors that alerted residents to the fire. Otherwise, it may have been worse. The Kaukauna Fire Department worked to knock out hot spots after it took more than an hour to put out this early morning fire that left 8 people homeless.
I yelled for my husband. I heard crackling.
Ann Schaefer, her husband Ryan, and their 3 kids were in the first floor apartment when the fire started at about 5:30.
Put his hand on the window, and it was really hot, so then he opened our door to the porch, and black smoke just came in, and we ran, got our kids, and ran out.
Neighbors next door and across the street called 911 and banged on the apartment doors. This is cell phone video as the fire engulfed the front porch and the side stairs to the second floor unit.
The noise, it was just crackling, the windows were busting, the car windows next that are parked in the driveway that just shattered.
11 people total were inside the building at the time of the fire. All got out but one. Fire crews had to climb a ladder to save his life.
Fire crews went inside, found the patient on the bed unresponsive. He was removed by fire department personnel and taken to a local hospital.
Fire officials are not sure if the fire started on the inside or outside of the building. Several neighbors tell us that the residents in the upper apartment were having a bonfire that lasted into the early mornings. Fire officials pointed out this fire pit that's near the front porch.
Extended up, got into the eaves, into the attic space, and worked its way across the attic, at which time it burned through and collapsed the roof.
The Schaefer's cat Bailey was hiding in the fire. A firefighter found her under a table.
Yeah, we have everything we need, really.
Yep.
I mean...
Victims of the fire tell me there were no working smoke detectors in their apartments. The fire department would not confirm or deny those claims. They're continuing their investigation. Donald Robinson, Local 5 News. This is GoPro video of 23-year-old Christopher Stolte and his 22-year-old friend Chanel Vopel of Fond du Lac. They lost control of their sailboat on Lake Winnebago last month.
The winds got a little strong and ended up pulling the rudder out of my hand.
As the boat turned around, the wind caught the sail, and that ended up tipping the boat over. Within seconds, the used boat Christopher bought sunk.
It went vertical in the water. After looking in the boat afterwards, there was no flotation in it where there should have been.
Oh no, Chris, you said this wouldn't happen.
Chanel made every effort not to get hit by the sail or caught up in the ropes. However, she had some comfort because of her life jacket.
Really glad we had life jackets on, though.
Christopher was able to call the Fond du Lac Sheriff's Office using a cell phone he kept in a plastic pouch. What advice would you guys have for people who are boaters or interested in being boaters?
You know, I'd make sure you have all your required safety gear. It's, going to be life vests for every person on board and wearing them.
Wear them, definitely.
Have some sort of communication device with you, whether it's a satellite phone, a radio, cell phone, something like that to be able to communicate if you do run into issues. Also, if you're able to, have flares or some sort of a dispersed flag that are available out there to have in your boat too.
In Fond du Lac, Donald Robinson, Local 5 News. Shelley, before practice started, it was like a block party outside Lambeau Field. The 14th annual Family Night at Lambeau Field lived up to its billing. Tens of thousands of people were on hand, many taking pictures of this magical event.
Having a great time. We've never been here before.
Jean Bader and her family are huge Packer fans.
We watch every game at home, have parties.
This is the first time many of the fans are seeing the new renovations at Lambeau Field.
A lot of this is new to me, and it's really cool, and I wanted to bring my daughter up and have a chance to see it.
Well, I've always wanted to be here at Lambeau.
More than 67,000 people were on hand for the event.
Cool because everybody's here, and it's because they all love the Packers.
Well, not all. There were a few non-Packers fans in the crowd. However, some folks received free tickets to get in. Others paid about $10.
I didn't pay for it. Son paid for it.
We've been here for games, but it's a little bit pricey, so this is a good economical way to get the kids out here.
It's awesome.
Tailgating is also important on a night like this.
Hamburgers, corn, chips and dip.
Oh, it's just fantastic.
While people waited around to see the action on the field, many took advantage of the new Lambeau Leap statue. Go Pack Go. Family Night broke a new record of 67,336 fans in the stands. Donald Robinson, Local 5 News, HD. Now on Local 5, Governor Walker kicks off his plan to get Wisconsin working again. Plus, authorities are investigating an attack on the campus of UW-Oshkosh, and a local nonprofit radio station is in danger of going silent.
From WFRB-TV, Green Bay, Fox Cities, and the Lakeshore, this is Local 5 News at 6 in HD.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Donald Robinson. 2 days after winning a second term, Governor Walker is ready to get back to work. Walker kicked off his Working for Wisconsin tour today. He visited several technical colleges across the state, including one right here in Green Bay. He says strengthening our tech schools will lead to creating more jobs.
And just wanted to reaffirm our commitment to our technical colleges, and in particular to helping provide the kind of training that's needed, whether it's in advanced manufacturing, in healthcare, information technology, construction, you name it. There's a lot of great career paths that our technical colleges are helping young men and women get prepared for.
The 2014 midterm elections saw a major shift in the U.S. Senate. For the first time during President Obama's time in office, the Republicans will control both the House and Senate. Although they don't agree on much, both sides have vowed to work together. But Wisconsin's political leaders say that it's clear the president's policies have failed.
President Obama said very clearly that his policies were on the ballot, and voters were very clear in return. They want nothing to do with the policies of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton.
Something very cool happened in Washington today. The president awarded the Medal of Honor to a Civil War veteran who was born right here in Wisconsin.
When he was hit the final time, as a poet later wrote, his guns spoke out for him once more before he fell to the ground. And Alonzo Cushing was just 22 years old.
Now, the president presented the medal to the family members of Alonzo Cushing. Cushing died fighting at Gettysburg. Turning to more local news now. An investigation continues into the attack of a UW-Oshkosh student. The incident happened on campus last night just after 7 outside the Science Center. A student was struck in the back of the head with an unknown object. The suspect did get away. Students around campus say they are concerned.
When I first came here, I felt very safe. I really liked going here, and I still do like going here, but it's just really sad and kind of disappointing to see what's been going on around here.
UW-Oshkosh police are handling the investigation. The future of a local radio station is up in the air, and the owners are looking for your help with it. 91.1 The Avenue is an independent nonprofit station serving all of Northeast Wisconsin. After 5 years on air, the station needs to raise $1 million by the end of this year. If successful, an anonymous donor will match that money.
We're here because of the generosity of the community, and now we look to be sustained going forward by that same generosity.
Looking at the winter weather, you didn't have to go far away from Green Bay to find snow this morning. Local 5 caught up with some drivers in Shawano County who were dealing with the snow. Most drivers say they've learned to expect the unexpected.
Not really ready for winter yet, but it is what it is.
It's a little wet, not slippery. I didn't find anything slippery. I came from Suring, so from the north. We had a little bit more than you have here, but it's not too bad.
Hey, it's November. It's what we do in Wisconsin.
Still ahead, a woman kidnapped over the weekend has been found, and a high-profile musician is in hot water for his possible involvement with an attempted murder.